3, 2, 1. Hey folks, it's Thursday, October 10th, 2019. I'm here with my buddy Rich Turkar. It's the Don Ochoa.
This is Rich over here. Thursday, we just got done with the recording on Sunday. I honestly, Bud, I didn't think we were gonna have that much material. I was kind of nervous about it. I'm like, well, fuck, we just recorded one on Sunday, and we had some pretty good topics, huh? I've actually gotten some compliments on it. I got talk to my buddies, and I'll be like, oh, it's really good.
I think the Joker stuff was gold.
It was great, and I actually had some of my friends text me like, oh, thank you for like saying that towards the end. That was gonna be a spoiler. Fuck, I mean, it wouldn't be a normal podcast if we didn't bring up the Joker movie, but... And then I'll look at stuff online, and there's so much controversy. I'm like, guys, it's just a fucking movie. Like, who cares? Everyone's all like, well, I don't like the way that they portray mental health. I'm like, well, you know, good news. It's not a documentary about mental health. It's just a movie about the Joker. And I mean, what would you expect for a character, like a fictional character like that, to go through to have that persona?
No,
you know what I mean? But anyway, other than that, what about you, bud? What have you been up to these last few days?
Man, you know, it's been good since Sunday. What do we do on Sunday? Oh, we went and watched football. Me and my lady went down to Buford's down on West 6 after I, you know, we did the Sunday show. That's a Bears bar, folks, by the way. Buford's is a Bears fans bar. NFL team, Chicago Bears. I'm a huge Oakland Raiders fan. I walked out with bear fur because the Raiders won that game. Yeah. And that's my sports for the day, because my buddy here... No,
actually, I'm glad you brought up sports, because I kind of had an interesting moment at work. So yeah, Sunday after we recorded, I of course started a little bit of editing, went to Starbucks and did a little bit, but then after that went to work, and some of my coworkers were talking about football. They were all, because a bunch of them were doing the whole fantasy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, except with football, right?
Yeah, it's a little better than that.
But they kept looking at because it was Packers and Cowboys, right?
Packers Cowboys Sunday night, yeah.
Yep, and then the Packers just beat them. Beat them, right?
They were beating them in the first half pretty regularly, and then in the end, the Cowboys tried to come back. They almost did, you know?
So my humorous moment, not knowing much about the sport, you know, I just heard from essentially the grapevine, because I wasn't interacting with the football or anything, or with football or anything like that. And I just kept hearing, oh my gosh, the Packers are beating the Cowboys badly. So, you know, I'm just getting this, you know, recycled or regurgitated point of view here. And then the next day I come in to work, I ended up being Tuesday, and people were wearing Cowboys jerseys. So with me, you know, hearing that they lost,
yeah,
I walk in and I say this kind of out loud because my voice carries. I'm like, why are there people wearing Cowboys jerseys? I thought they lost. And everyone just looked at me like I just murdered a child or something. It was terrible. I'm like, what?
You support your team, you know what I mean?
I guess that's kind of how Vikings fans are up north, though. They love the Vikings. I remember a couple of my managers and some other people, a couple buddies of mine will do that. I'm like, oh my gosh. I guess I just never got it. I guess if I was playing the sport, I can understand it, but if I'm just a spectator, but I guess, yeah. I don't know. That's just me, though.
Yeah, man, it's sports, you know, it's for the love of the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can appreciate the appeal, you know, because, just like us watching a TV show. Oh my God, did you watch it? You know, I'm not, living it.
Yeah, that's always do with South Park, you know what I mean? We love the show. We love the creators of the show. By the way, how about their, did you see the last episode? Not the yesterday's, but you saw last week's episode?
I saw the second one with the China and censorship stuff.
Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't seen South Park, last week's episode was kind of on the sellout of people selling out to China, you know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of true, though, because basically on the South Park episode, because Randy was noticing that he wasn't able to make money here in the States, so he decided to take his integrity, his marijuana farm or his business, and start selling it in China. And then he goes on an airplane, and just to discover that there's all these other people that are trying to do the same thing, and then they kind of pick on Disney for making movies specifically for the Chinese audience. However, it is kind of true, though. Actually, me and a buddy of mine up in Sioux Falls were talking about this years ago, how some movies like here in the States, we might not think they're that great. So like, we'll use Pacific Rim for an example.
Oh yeah. Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. The first one was like, it was okay. Like visually, it was fun. It was just a fun movie. Like, I would never like praise it and be like, oh my gosh, it's so great. But then when you hear they make a second one, you're like, well, what? Why? Why would they make a second one, right?
Yeah.
Well, the reason for that, because the first one basically broke even here in the States, but then when they showed it in China, oh my gosh, people absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So now movie companies will just be all like, okay, we'll just make the movie here, and if it does well, then, you know, we're going to make a whole lot more money in China. I mean, look at the Transformers movies.
Oh, it's so bad after
why would you keep making those? They don't make money here in the States, but then bam, in China they work. They don't have a Hollywood though, do they?
I believe they have something. No.
Oh.
I believe they have something that'll you know, kind of make movies and so, because didn't they make The Wandering Earth in China?
Wandering Earth?
That movie that's like made almost $700 million worldwide.
Wait, what?
It's on Netflix.
Is it a Netflix movie or is it just?
It's I believe it's Chinese. It's from somewhere in Asia, I believe. But I haven't seen the movie, but from what I hear, it was like one of the top grossing movies of the year, and it's like something people didn't even see here in the U.S.
Oh yeah, 2019, The Wandering Earth. Is everything just like frozen?
I honestly have not seen the movie. I can tell you two things about it other than the name and maybe what it made money wise, but
well, box office here in the States it made almost 700 million, yeah. And then
no, it's worldwide 700 million.
No, it says box office. Oh, okay. So worldwide, but here in the States, it would be equivalent to the 700 million.
Mm-hmm.
So Netflix, all these Asian actors and actresses, and then there's a white dude, Mike Sui. Oh no, he's just a pale Asian. And then it's just I'm just googling it. It looks like a bunch of people like on Earth, and it's all frozen. They're all wearing like space gear.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but yeah, man, they made a bunch of money. Does it say it's from China?
Yeah, it says it's a whole Chinese cast.
Yeah.
It's also like all over the place. IMDb says 7. Our favorite spot, Rotten Tomatoes says it's like 3. Google says it's 90. So I mean, maybe it's just one of those movies we have to watch. Is it all subtitles? Do you know?
I believe it is all subtitles.
That'll be interesting.
Not familiar with it. I'm sure people have seen it that are listening to us right now.
You think there's people just like screaming, "It was a great movie"?
No,
I'm just
man.
kidding.
I'm sure there is. You know, we all have opinions, and it's great. You know, but yeah, man. Like you said, Transformers. After part 1, they all kind of sucked until the first one with Mark Wahlberg, which was okay.
Yeah, okay. The first one with Mark Wahlberg was good. The second one though, the one before the Bumblebee one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bud, I was watching it. I was also just barbecued, just baked out of my mind, and I was lost. I was like, what is going on in this movie? It was so weird. It was like I think like some kind of planet was trying, or some kind of like metal planet. I don't know if it was Unicron or what. It was trying to like eat Earth, and like it was just nuts. I'm like, what is going on? There's no way that any human would be able to survive after this, and like everyone's totally fine after. It was weird.
Yeah, it's like I said, man, Transformers movies. I liked the first one. I was big on the cartoon as a kid, you know, but then I saw the first one with Shia LaBeouf. I thought it was pretty good. It was a good adaptation.
Yeah, it was fun, and it was just, the little kid in you. It's like,
Michael
oh my gosh,
Bay's the next big director.
Oh, speaking of, did you see that Michael Bay trailer with Ryan Reynolds?
No,
it looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks like a ripoff of the Fast and the Furious type style movies. You know?
Yeah, it's really weird, but
I don't know, man. I'm done with Michael Bay after. Didn't he do the Pacific Rim as well? Or was that somebody else?
I don't know. That I don't know. Michael Bay would actually... I think Michael Bay would be the perfect person to make a Dragon Ball Z movie, though.
No.
Think about it. Explosions and special effects, cheesy dialogue. I think he'd work.
Yeah, who did the last Dragon Ball Evolution movie? Wasn't it the guy that directed Shaolin Soccer?
I have no idea. It was probably somebody that wanted to end their career, though.
It's tough to make that movie, man. We saw slights of what could have been in Captain Marvel. She kind of looks Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's got to be a high budget thing. You can't just be like, all right, I got this great idea, guys. Let's make Goku in this weird.
like
monkey
like
thing.
Dragon Ball Evolution, maybe it works in the 90s, right? Maybe because it had 90s feel, like Mortal Kombat 1, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we love Mortal Kombat 1, right? It's classic, cult classic.
If you take the theme song out of it, I don't think it's that good.
I like the Johnny Cage fighting Goro in that movie.
Yeah, super cheesy.
You know?
I still remember as a kid seeing that movie and just losing it when you first see Scorpion walk into that little boat.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that, where it's all the fog and then Sub-Zero comes in and things start freezing around him? I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, but then they made the second one and it was so bad.
I wanted to like that one.
I did too, because Shao Kahn is one of my favorite characters from the game. You know, he's the big bad boss.
Dude, and then they changed the actor who did Raiden, which was a great... I think it was perfect. But again, I mean, this is also based on a fighting game, so it's not like...
They also made a bunch of money from the original one that came out, 95? So when they made the new one in 97, they're like, oh, we're going to pay for a better cast, but we're going to make a shittier script.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It's almost what happened with Batman and Robin.
Oh my gosh, dude. I did not mind Batman Forever.
There was no...
I did not mind it for what it was. That's the one with Val Kilmer.
With...
Nicole Kidman,
Riddler, and Two-Face, right?
Dude, I did not mind that movie. I know it's not great, but for 90s, that worked. Spawn was like that, you know?
Dude, Spawn, I love Spawn.
But it was cheesy, you know? And then you watch Batman and Robin, and you're like, man, this is terrible. Like, if you're terrible in the 90s, like, that's bad, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Demolition Man was coming out in the 90s. Remember that movie? With Stallone
I never saw that one.
Wesley Snipes. You had Blade in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And, dude, you can make it work, but there's so many bad sequels.
I actually need to make a list of movies I need to watch, because, like, I still need to see 2001 Space Odyssey. I started Clockwork Orange once, because, like, what I'll usually do is, like, I'll have a movie running in the background, I'll fall asleep to it. Mm-hmm. But, like, some movies where you have to pay attention, like, I'll just kind of tell myself, like, okay, Rich, you should probably watch this whenever you have time. But then when I do have time and I start watching a movie, I get, like, this little anxiety, like, this little reminder in my head, like, Rich, you should probably be studying, or you should probably be doing this, or you should probably be recording a podcast. So I'm just like, oh, I can't even find the time. Maybe during a break or something like that, I'll figure it out.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, movies like that, like, oh man.
Or on the treadmill. I'll watch a movie on a treadmill.
You gotta have time, and you can't fall asleep either. You gotta be full awake.
Yeah, especially if I'm gonna watch movies from China with subtitles.
Like, I saw Interstellar twice in theaters, right? I love that movie.
Oh, that movie is great.
You know, Christopher Nolan.
The score itself was perfect.
Oh my god. But I'll tell you what, if I was tired, that movie would put me to sleep. The Revenant, I love that movie.
That's another movie I
fell asleep because I was drunk. But I still watched it.
Ironically, a go-to-bed movie of mine was Inception for like 6 months. Oh, it was perfect. I would fall asleep right around the time when they reveal that they got that guy captive on the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll usually fall asleep right around there, which is actually a movie about dreams within a dream inside of a Taco Bell, so... No, I'm just on the Taco Bell. Hey,
man, yeah.
You know what I was thinking for fun? You think we should, like, kind of do little segues into, like, segments?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was thinking, like, what's your favorite outrage this week?
I don't know, man. My favorite outrage this week. I hope
it's the same, because I wrote it down on my phone, and I will show you if you're right.
I guess, is it still about...
Starts with an E.
What is it?
She has a talk show.
Ellen?
Yes. Did you hear about her?
Dude, I love Ellen, bro.
Did you hear about the outrage, though?
Yeah, people are outraged at her because she hung out with the Bush family.
Okay, and just a common factor, we all know this, but I just want to break it down for a lot of you listeners that are very political these days, but who are the type of people that don't like it that Ellen DeGeneres was hanging out with George W. Bush?
SJWs.
Okay. Who are the same people that think that it's really cute how Michelle Obama will give a candy piece to George W. Bush? It's almost the same side of the spectrum. It's like, you just can't be happy, dude.
You just can't be white.
Really?
That's what it is.
I don't know. I feel like Ellen DeGeneres has it harder.
Well, no, yeah. I love Ellen DeGeneres, man. Mm-hmm. Like, that lady, you know, I've never heard her say anything bad. Yes, I've heard her talk about things that hurt her and, you know, things that make her feel some type of way. but it's never been to bash anybody else.
But like, you shouldn't judge people based on like what they're into. Like, who freaking cares? Like, I've got friends all over the place. I've got friends that are far right. I've got some friends that are, I mean, we mentioned one of them last week, Grant. He's a pretty Christian dude. I got you're Hispanic. I've got all these other friends all over the fucking place. And you know what the best part about that is? I get point of views from all these other different people. I don't create this ecosystem where I have to like, you know, even if I'm wrong about something, I don't have people that are around me that are always agreeing, so then I feel right when I'm really wrong.
Well, like, even for example, you and me, we're different. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? As far as our views, as far as what we like, what we do, stuff like that. Dude, I don't feel like I have to tiptoe around anything I tell you. You know what I mean? You should. I hope you don't, you know, the same way, you know? Mm-hmm. And even when I do, I'm like, hey, dude, don't take offense to this, but I'm going to say it. I don't give a crap. You know, the Ricky Bobby style, you know? And no offense at all, you know?
Well, my whole thing is like, I mean, it's not like you do it anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But I get it. Like, whenever you first introduce, or whenever you're first hanging out with people, like, you don't know like the threshold, but before being offensive. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but it's not like if you were to just call me a fag or something, I would just end our friendship. Like, that's fucking. First of all, that's stupid. Second off,
you'd probably call me a fag back.
Yeah, I'd probably like, it's like, who cares? Like hey, tit for tat, dude.
Like, hey, you bought the new Pokemon thing.
Like,
you know what I mean? But hey, not to offend anybody.
Oh, who cares?
I'm talking about the freaky alien genotypes.
Yeah, right. Yes. But no, like, even like up north, like I'll have some friends that will like say something like, hey, I don't want you to take offense, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay, I'm just annoyed that you have to like explain that. Like, I don't care, just get to the point, deliver the baby. Like, I don't care, you know. But it's just, it's scary, dude. It's getting close to that whole 1984 nonsense where you
so back to Ellen.
Wow.
Back to Ellen, because I love Ellen, man. That woman deserves a late night show. I know she has a daytime show. I would give her a late night show. Because Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel are the complete opposite of her. And Jimmy Kimmel, we talked about this on our last show. Big hypocrite, man. Big old hypocrite. Yeah, maybe his views change. Maybe this and that. I don't give a crap. He puts people down. I think even Letterman was the guy that was putting people down at one point, wasn't he?
Wait, David Letterman?
Was it Letterman that was putting people down, or was it just Colbert all the time?
Well, I miss the Colbert Report.
Oh my gosh, the Colbert stuff. I never liked the Daily Show. You know, I think Jon Stewart was great. I like him as a comedian. Didn't like him on the Daily Show.
Well, it's all like a character.
Yeah, it's all a character. But now they got this new guy. What's his name? Trevor Noah. Mm-hmm. God, that guy sucks. His stand-up sucks, and he just personally God damn, that guy sucks.
They just need to bring back Chappelle.
God, bring back Chappelle.
Please.
Dude, I would enjoy Carlos Mencia over this guy, Trevor Noah.
Wait, is he British or what is he?
He's Australian, I believe.
Wait, Trevor Noah is Australian?
He sounds Australian.
Well, he could be. I mean, they're kind of similar, aren't they? They have just a different tone or dialect or whatever.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
You're offending all our Australian listeners right now.
Whoa, okay. So
shout out you Aussies.
Well, you Aussies. Like what's his face? Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Ah, man. He could be South African too, though. Because a lot of my South African buddies, they speak they sound very close to, British. You know?
All these old British colonies, I mean, they all obviously sound alike. They all have the same branch out.
I don't know. I just don't like the guy. I would prefer Chappelle running that show, or Carlos Mencia even. God damn it, give it a Tosh
Wait, Carlos Mencia, didn't that guy rip off jokes? Is that the same guy I'm thinking about?
Yeah, so I'm sure all of them do it, They all rip off jokes. Amy Schumer 100% rips off so many jokes.
How's that potato doing?
I don't know. She had a kid with some guy that can stand her. So.
Wait, she was pregnant this whole time?
She looks the same.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. If you're an Amy Schumer fan, bless your heart, man.
Actually, who is an Amy Schumer fan?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever met anyone. I mean, I think at first, I'll be honest with you, I thought she was kind of funny, but then I noticed everything is the same.
At least Roseanne's spontaneous. Mm-hmm. I like me some Roseanne.
Yeah. Hey, why? That just drives me crazy how people are just not... They're so upset with Ellen DeGeneres hanging out with George W. Bush during the Cowboys game, right?
Yeah.
They was like chilling. But then whenever like Barack Obama or Michelle Obama do anything, it's just it's totally fine.
Because they're quote unquote perfect to the world.
You think?
So everything they do is like the holy grace for the, I don't know, man. I'm not even going to say for the left. It's for these people that are just, I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I don't think, I mean.
It's not even political anymore. It's like, who do you like and who do you not like? I bet you if there was a guy running on the blue team or, whatever, with Trump's same views, it just wasn't Trump.
Yeah.
It would be a complete, oh man, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Trust me. I disagree with a lot of Trump. I agree with a lot of Trump. I agreed with some of Obama. I didn't like a lot of Obama. The way it is, man. George W. Bush, same way. I just want people to know, man, whoever's running our country, we need to support it, and we need to at least, dude, he's flying our ship right now. Mm-hmm. And you also got to remember, Rick and Morty says the best. President, they're civil servants. Right? Isn't that what he said?
Well, honestly, we need to remind them that they're civil servants.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
And I feel like Trump's the one doing it to everybody else. Because all these politicians, that's all they are. Well, they work for us, and Trump's quick to shut them all up. Is he not?
Yeah, but they're also not, I don't know.
He'll shut down a Republican. He'll shut down a Democrat. He'll shut down Bernie Sanders.
Dude, speaking of Bernie, I mean, he recovered from that little heart attack, right?
The guy needs to get out of the race.
No. But you know who needs to get out of the race?
Biden?
Oh, I'm so over him. First of all, they're doing the same exact thing they did with Hillary. Remember when Hillary was running? She was getting all the spotlight on CNN, MSNBC, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't even bother. They barely covered, what's his face? I just fucking said it. Sorry, I'm all hopped up on this caffeine. Yeah, they barely even covered Bernie. Now they're doing the same thing with Biden. Like, after all that controversy with him, like, saying the wrong things and all this other nonsense. Didn't he say something about, like, even a certain type of person can still have the same education as a white male or something weird like that?
Yeah.
Something strange. But then they cover him right after that when you've got all these other qualified candidates. You've got Yang, Gabbard. You've got Warren, which I mean, I'm worried about her in the debates if she wins the nominee.
Is Yang American?
Yeah, he's American.
Is he? Okay.
Just Asian. He's just of Asian descent.
And Gabbard is as well, right?
Yeah, Gabbard's from Hawaii.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, I love her. But
I don't mind. Like I said, they're gonna end up beating each other up. But people right now, they're freaking out because they're trying to figure out where they're getting all this money from.
Who?
Because apparently you had to make so much amount of campaign funds.
Oh, yeah.
And Kamala Harris out of nowhere pulled I think it was $1.8 million out of nowhere.
Yeah, but then one, what's his face with the little kids? Who's the guy that got in trouble?
Weinstein?
No, after that. He's the guy that hung out with Bill.
Oh, Epstein.
Yeah,
Epstein.
But after Epstein got in trouble, she's not getting money anymore.
Man.
Wasn't there a link between them?
Yeah, Kamala Harris, right?
Dude. Hey, one great clip. Have you seen Kamala Harris and Tulsi Gabbard? She called her out. It was perfect. After that, Kamala Harris had nothing. Dude, that's one thing. I gave her, speaking of where people are getting money from, I actually put $20 into the Gabbard thing. So I'm like, you know what? I can't vote. So here's $20, do something with it. But who knows where it's actually going to go. Mm-hmm. But I think if it's Gabbard against Trump, the debates are going to be fucking epic. But like Biden, he's going to be terrible. Elizabeth Warren, I can't even imagine with everything that she said, claiming that she's like part native and all this other nonsense. That's going to bite her in the butt.
But notice how Trump hasn't attacked Gabbard or the people that leave him alone. He hasn't attacked them. Yeah. It's really just Warren and Biden and well, not even Bernie. I think he just Biden and Warren.
Well, Trump actually wanted to have a debate with Bernie during the Hillary race.
Yeah.
Remember that? He was all like, we'll just do it. Like, he was totally supporting it, but I don't know.
But, okay, so there's another big thing Trump said this week, an outrage. We're going back to the China thing. So the NBA is having problems with China, too.
Wait, why?
I have no idea. All I heard was the NBA is having problems with China. Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, are quick to talk. And these are coaches, by the way. I know you don't know sports that much, but these are coaches. One is for here, your local San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah. All I know is that you said something China and now you're speaking Chinese.
Oh, this is...
no, but anyways, go ahead.
It's not Chinese. It's American sports.
There you go.
Anyways, but...
oh, look, I actually started Googling China, and guess what popped up right
NBA.
after? Yep.
So our phones are listening to us, by the way. And this... so they're quick to bash our country, right?
China?
No.
NBA?
These coaches, these NBA coaches, they're quick to bash our country, and they're quick to say, "Oh man, our country needs this and our country needs that." And
I'll tell you what.
And it's not even doing that I took our jobs accent, but it's the whole. They're quick to crap on their own house, and you know what my dad always told me: never talk bad about your bull.
Don't shit where you eat?
No. Never talk bad about your bull. Let me give you guys a quick story. There's a guy here selling his bull, right? This guy's like, man, this bull does this. This bull can talk. This bull can, clean the house. This bull can do everything. This guy's like, how much you want for that bull, man? That sounds like an interesting bull. Give me $500. Sells him $500. Guy takes the bull home. Bull doesn't do shit. Hey, are you gonna clean? Hey, are you gonna talk? Hey, are you gonna do this? He takes it back to the other guy. Hey man, this bull's defective, man. It does nothing. It does nothing you told me it was gonna do. This bull doesn't clean. This bull doesn't, talk. This bull doesn't do nothing. And you know what the guy says? He's like, hey man, you don't want to talk bad about your bull because you'll never sell it.
Oh, dude. Okay, first of all, that's a great story. Second of all, next time you tell that story, when you describe the guy that bought the bull, be like, hey man, I bought... like, you gotta say... hey man, so I bought this bull, and I can't do the impression.
You want the Mexican accent?
Yeah, you gotta do the Mexican accent.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I was hoping you were gonna do it, but no, that's actually an interesting story. That's kind of funny.
I can do the, hey man, where do you keep your weed at? You know what I mean? Like that, Austinites.
Oh. Hey man.
Anyways, back to the whole reason I was telling you that story. These guys are bashing our country. These NBA coaches that know nothing, that are privileged. They're rich now. They're not donating millions of dollars to help anybody. You know what I mean? But they're quick to say, hey, why aren't the regular people that are making regular money not donating their regular money to all these causes? Anyways, China comes up as a big problem for the NBA now. And what Steve Kerr said, I'm not educated enough to talk about it. Okay, but...
Wait, who's that, Steve Kerr?
He's the coach of the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Of course, it's in, the Bay Area. I love the Bay Area. But you know how it is over there.
Mm-hmm.
You pander to everybody in California. Now you're pandering to China. And then these guys don't say nothing. Everybody knows how bad it is up there in China. And, if you live in China and you're listening to this before they ban us from the internet over there...
I hope people in China are listening to this.
They probably don't understand us.
They're probably like, hey, nah. No, I'm just joking.
Hey,
whoa. Wait, that was Chinese.
No, I was talking about that guy.
Oh, I was going to say.
He could be a spy.
No.
Anyways, but... yeah, man, like, they're quick to talk about our country, but of course in China, there's no free speech, there's no, what...
Wait, they don't have free speech, or you just can't say certain things?
You can't... Well, it sounds like that's not free speech, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the thing that the left is all about, man. Free speech, like, hey, I don't care, man, if it's, anything. Free speech is free speech in this country, right? I understand if you say, hey, I'm gonna fucking kill a bunch of this and that, you get investigated because that's a threat. That's not free speech. That's a threat.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if I say fucking Trump looks like the goddamn tiger from fucking the cereal box, I should be, this country will say, okay, yeah, you're good.
Oh, that's a South Park reference.
But you go...
Pooh Bear.
Oh, no. Yeah, you go say that about their president up there, man, you're in jail.
Oh, it's terrible, dude.
And it's bad, man. It's crazy. But I just don't get how Americans bash their own country. This beautiful country that we live in, man. Beautiful country. You look at places... it's way worse in other places, and people are like, well, no, it's not. Well, go live over there, man. It's cheaper, right? Everybody complains how expensive it is here and how, all this crap it is, and you got to pay for school, and, well, get your ass, get smart, get a scholarship,
Well, I guess look, I'm not objectively, but I got.
Well, this is where school got messed up, is when they started charging a lot more for the classes and the bank's making as much money off it as possible.
Okay, so actually I did a little bit of research on that. Obviously me going back to school. The problem is it used to be difficult to get a student loan.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was some government program, and this was like way back in the day. And this is kind of my argument with like paying out of your own money. And I think people asking the government to fix this, I think this is where it gets a little squirrely, because basically what happened was it used to be difficult to get a student loan. And then some government programs were passed, and then it got to the point where now anyone can get a student loan. Well, what are the colleges going to do? They're going to be like, oh, well, now anyone can get approved. We can just raise our prices. So I think we're arguing, or I think we're yelling at the wrong people. I think we should be holding the colleges more accountable, because the colleges are the ones that are raising tuition. It's not like the government's all like, oh, hey, let's just raise tuition. So we created a problem, and then you expect the government to fix that same problem. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
This is what you do, man.
I mean, you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, but look at this. People boycott everything, right? Mm-hmm. People boycott the shit out of stuff they don't like. Why not boycott these big colleges, screw them out of money, and go to an ACC, man?
Well, I'm eventually going to need to go to a big college, though.
No, yeah, you will. Oh. But you can boycott, going to UT versus going to Texas Tech because it's a little more affordable.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go to Colorado, though. Oh, it was the green one. Yeah, we were talking about
Colorado State.
Colorado State, that's the one, because they have an infectious disease program, so probably be hanging out over there.
Anyways, let's get off of college, because I hate school.
And China. They're gonna not only they're gonna ban us, they're gonna send a.
The worst part is, I want to go to China just to try their food because it's so good here in America.
Oh, it's totally different over there, though.
Well, over there they give you big portions.
Yeah.
Because you share it with everybody.
Well, how about did you see the Hong Kong protests though?
Yeah,
dude, that's bad. I don't even know what they're what are they protesting? Is it because they don't have the same rights as us? Because they keep getting compared to the states.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm not educated enough to talk about that.
Yeah, no, I got you. I mean, yeah, same here.
Because and it's sad to say this. It's not that I don't give a crap, but it's like I don't care.
Well, but back to I mean, I'll kind of put in my argument for that country, for people not liking living in this country. But I think if it wasn't the success of this country and getting to this point, we wouldn't have anything to complain about.
Honestly, yeah.
Because again. We moved here when I was a little baby. So it's all like my parents had to deal with all this communist shit, and they'll never. Well, my dad obviously won't, but my mom she said she'll never move back because it's a whole lot worse.
Dude, your mom's making it here, man.
Yeah, she's doing it very well, and she's sending money back to Europe to my grandparents and everything like that. So that's cool. Another thing too, it's like if hypothetically, let's say you just fucking snap your fingers and go to Europe and look at all the shit that they're dealing with. They're not perfect either, dude. Like, you've got and nothing against refugees, because I'll say it right now, like on my passport when I came here, it even says refugee on it because we were fleeing communism. So, but anyways, like all these refugees that are coming in from Syria and everything like that, I mean, they got to get taken care of too, right? I mean, these countries are going to hold themselves accountable to take care of these refugees, and it is taking a toll. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there is a positive outcome because you're helping people, but on the other side of the spectrum, someone's got to pay for these people to go in. So they're taking too much because they want to be on the right side of history, essentially, but economically, it's not helping them out.
This country is the greatest country in the world. The only way it'll help economically is if you make everybody a citizen, you get them a social, and you make them pay taxes.
Well, yeah, and okay. I could have sworn that Obama was trying to do that in his first term, though. He
ran on that? I don't believe he did anything for it, though.
No, because he deported more people than still, even with Trump being very apparently aggressive with immigration, Barack Obama is still known to be the president that's deported the most amount.
And he put the most black people in jail.
What's that?
Wasn't it? No, actually, it was Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Clinton put the most African Americans in jail. I hate the term African American because they were born here in America. Yes, there's African descent. I hate the term Mexican American because they were born here. We are Americans.
I think it. I
hate that term. Well, so what's an American? A white guy? Why can't I say, hey, that freaking French American, or why can't I say that?
Yeah, that's really weird.
You know what I mean?
But also, I think it 100% depends on like where you draw the line, though.
You draw the line.
Think about it.
If you're born here.
But so humans never evolved in this country.
Now listen to this. An African American to me is a guy from Africa that came over here and became an American. His kids are now Americans.
Bud, you're getting heated.
Huh? Does that sound right though?
I mean, I guess, but it's all to me. Okay, so to me, studying evolutionary biology and looking into anthropology, my whole thing, that's where it's all like, okay, it depends on where you start the line. Because think about it like this, okay? So we're all like, obviously this is going to contradict what religion believes. Well, actually, there's some religion that I guess they kind of like shimmied in there, where they kind of throw evolution in there. I don't know, it gets really weird, but it's anyways, I'm not going to have that conversation about
okay, Book of Mormon.
Wow. I mean, I'm atheist. I think a lot of people know that. But anyways, we all fucking evolved in Africa, and then we eventually migrated.
Yeah.
Some people went north, some people went northeast, and then it kind of went from there. Some people crossed the Bering Strait and came here into America. I mean, essentially, I guess Hispanics or Latin American. I mean, what would you categorize everyone that came here from that land bridge? Would you call them all Hispanics? Because eventually, at that time, they were Asian. But then as they moved south into warmer weather, after thousands of years, they evolved into what we have now, Hispanic or Native Americans.
Those are ancestors.
Well, yeah, no, you're right about that.
What we have now, now my grandparents, right? I consider them Mexican Americans because they went and got their shit done. They became Americans, right? From Mexico. Those are Mexican Americans. Other kids after, my family, my dad's born in California. He's an American. You know what I mean? When I read those things and it's like, are you Latino? Are you da-da-da-da? Dude, if you know Spanish, dude, what if I was the same person I am, but I knew French? You know what I mean?
Well, that's another thing.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, give it another couple hundred years, and you're gonna have them all over. Because, how many Hispanics do you think moved to Europe? And again, okay.
Well, how many Hispanics are from Europe? They go to Spain most predominantly, or Portugal.
But like, what would be the purpose for that?
To go study.
Okay.
Because there's colleges in Spain.
Maybe that's the wrong way of asking. Because Spanish is just literally a language.
Spanish is a language.
And the only reason. Okay, let me rewind a little bit because I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, so what would you call the people that are native to America before the two civilizations of humanity reconnected?
They're Americans.
Okay, yeah, because we gave them the name American. But would you call them Native American or natives or Hispanic, or is
obviously they called themselves whatever tribe they were, or whatever name they gave themselves,
Sioux, and all that crazy stuff.
And it's again, we came and we brought how do you say, we brought this different look, you know what I mean, this different feel, because I'm sure they had their own type of clothing, they had their own type of food, just like the Europeans that came over here brought their type of food, their type of, they have the whole Thanksgiving story. We found a turkey and da-da-da-da-da.
Well, what I'm trying to get to is just the evolution of humankind, because essentially man split off, man split off.
But
right?
we were all one big continent.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
But so you've got Africa right down here, right? And then right where Egypt is, you go north into Europe, right?
Well, Africa was the heart of the whole thing.
But what I'm saying is, back to your argument about what is African American. Gosh, this is obviously more not educational, but more of opening up a conversation to get a better understanding of it. But the technical, because we like to name things, right?
Yeah.
We like to name, hey, that's a car, that's a truck, this is, I guess I'm a white male because whatever. Anyways, so you've got I hope nobody snips this out and they're gonna whatever. But so somebody from Africa would essentially, by definition, be the descendant of people that never migrated out of Africa, right? Right? Because those would be the only native people on this whole entire planet. because Native Americans are not native to America. They never evolved in America. They migrated there and eventually reproduced. And I mean,
yeah.
If we were to assign something, but again, that's where it gets like really, really squirrely, because then
it gets squirrely.
Well, and people are gonna get offended because they like to tie their identity to it. But at the end of the day, when you actually look at the anthropology and the mass migrations of a human race, like the only reason we have different skin tones is because of pigment.
But you see how that is more of an argument than.
But I think that's.
But listen to this.
Yeah.
That's the big. Okay, what's the big thing going on right now? What are people fighting about all the time?
Cultural appropriation, racism.
Cultural appropriation, racism, and what else?
Class?
No. Gender.
Oh, Jesus. Don't even get started on that.
Gender. Well, no. See, stuff as far as like what we're talking about right now, that's something more to figure out first before we figure out, because there's boys and girls, and I understand there's some guys that believe they should have been born girls. There's some, girls that believe they should have been guys. But in the end, genetics, it's there,
I think we should start calling people. I think you can be whatever you are, but when it comes, I mean, literally, you can be a woman, you can be a man, you can be a little child. Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
I think biology. I think.
Well, and I'm getting to that.
All the stuff is.
But like, I think.
Rich, you're a man.
Yes, no, and I agree with you. But like, I think. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this without pissing people off. But like, I think an easier way of doing it would be like, hey, you're an XY chromosome person, and you're an XX chromosome person. Because think about it. If a biological female goes to the doctor and says, "Oh, I'm in pain," the doctor's obviously has a routine, right? Okay. On this, you wrote down that you're a female. Okay. I'm having a female experiencing abdominal pain is going to be a completely different diagnosis than a male experiencing abdominal pain. You could be pregnant, you could have some sort of a cyst or whatever the case is. Whereas if a biological male that has the muscular structure of a male, that has the dense bones like a male, all this other crazy stuff, but then identify as a female, again, nothing wrong with that. You can wear a wig, we can call you man, we can do all this other crazy stuff. But if you're gonna say that you have abdominal pain and on your little on your sheet you put down an F, first of all, the doctor's gonna have a hard time diagnosing you. Second of all, if it's like a legitimate emergency, I mean, that could affect your aftercare as well. I mean, so I think, but I think the issue is like it's the whole identity. It's like I need to identify as this. Like, why can't we all just like who cares? Do you think maybe flash forward 100 years where nobody cared about people's identities would be a little better?
The thing is, flash forward 100 years and go back to what you said. I'm an XY chromosome, I'm an XX chromosome. People are going to figure out, oh no, I'm an XXX times Y chromosome. Oh no, I'm this. Dude, it just gets worse.
Do you think it's going to go that way?
Yes, absolutely. Dude, it's gotten worse every 10 years. Well, you look at every decade, it gets worse.
Okay.
At one point, people did not accept, gays. They didn't accept lesbians. They didn't accept that.
Actually, they did until religion became predominant.
Well, no, but
think about it.
Oh yeah. You're talking about like what?
I'm talking about like
times?
I'm talking like okay, right after the Crusades and actually a little after the end of Rome. I guess depending on what you would consider the end of Rome, because there's different eras where it's broken apart. Like after it's split apart, and I mean that's a history lesson for whoever wants to look into it. But like, actually, remember when I was talking about 300? That's kind of what I wanted to get into.
Bunch of gay Spartans?
Well, yeah, but anyways, it was totally normal. But then somebody created a religion with all these set of rules and everything like that. And now it's shamed upon because as a culture, we've got these ideals or these fundamentals that were built off Christian and Catholic beliefs, right?
Yeah.
But then on top of that, throwing religion into the mix, or the idea of a religion, would you say that, because a lot of these people that have these, oh my gosh, people are going to take this out of context, but a lot of these people that have these ideas of certain types of identities typically are atheists, right?
No.
Oh, really?
There's people, dude, that think that it's
Well, okay.
It's everybody has their own opinion. Like, I'm a Catholic. I don't give a shit what you do behind closed doors.
Yeah, but are you like a Catholic, or are you like a Christmas Catholic?
I'm like a born into it Catholic. You know what I mean? I was like born into it, and yes, I'm a Christmas Catholic because I celebrate on the 24th. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But as far as what people do behind closed doors, again.
Wait, so you guys open your presents at night?
No, we open them like at 6 o'clock.
At night? Or in the evening?
In the evening.
Okay, yeah, we did too. And then you had like pictures of Mary and stuff like that?
Dude, I don't know, man. That was my grandma.
Don't you worship the virgin birth, right? Is that what the whole thing is?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Okay, anyways.
It was the Virgin Mary's the one that is the popular one. See, man, I'm not the biggest church person, but I'm not an atheist because I believe in God. You know what I mean? Like, my belief is I pray and I thank him every day. People are gonna take that as, oh man, this guy's fucking probably praying for the fucking world to get hit by a goddamn meteor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
dude, it's not even that. Even if I was praying for that, it's my fucking opinion. You know?
No, but what I was trying to get to with this new, like, I don't even know if you'd call it a religion. I don't think you'd call it a cult either. But do you think we're starting to notice the creation of like these new commandments, like thou shalt not assume gender, thou shalt not judge, thou shalt not Twitter?
No, because tweet. There's always going to be. I think South Park did it best.
Because it's almost like
they made an episode where Cartman freezes himself to get the new Nintendo Wii. In 2006, I think it was when did this episode come out? Like 08, 06? Cartman freezes himself.
I don't even remember this one. So, pretty much, it flash forwards like 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. Cartman freezes himself for the Nintendo. It was the Wii, I'm sorry. The Wii came out in 6.
Yes, he freezes himself for the Nintendo Wii. This is in 2006, South Park made this episode. Then there's these groups, right? There's the atheists. There's the super atheists, and then there's the atheist otters. I don't know if you remember that episode, but you need
but I can see that happening.
He has it on. You have Hulu, right?
Yes.
All right, go to a 2006 episode, and dude, South Park did it. There's always going to be controversy because somebody's always going to think different than somebody else.
Someone wants to be more. Yeah. I want to be more atheist than you, or I want to be more. I want to be more alphabet than you.
And it's happening now. It's happening now because even social justice warriors. There's that one that's like, yeah, we need to stop this and that and this and this. And then this other guy's like, well, I'm actually going to stop this and this, because it contradicts that. You know what I mean? So it throws them off, man.
Speaking of, you know who I legitimately feel bad for?
Who?
Like, legit feminists.
Are there any legit feminists anymore?
Legit biological female that fought for female rights.
Trigger warning.
Right? Yeah, we should have a button. No, I feel bad because they fight so hard for all these rights and everything like that. And
how about women? Okay, there's a report out that these transgender women, there were guys that were women.
There were guys
in Connecticut, and these women are fighting back. They're like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because they're not winning at sports because, I mean, essentially, a male-born body with testosterone rushing through it is going to have a better frame and better athleticism, right?
Yeah. Now listen,
than a female.
You're going to hear me reference a lot of movies. Joanna Man.
Here we go.
Joanna Man. You ever seen that movie?
No. What are you talking about?
Joanna Man is a man that gets kicked out of the NBA. His agent calls him, and he's like, hey, there's a team looking for a new player. Turns out it's a WNBA team. So he dresses up as a woman, goes to the WNBA and dominates.
This is a movie?
This is a movie. I think it's from 2003.
I was just going to ask you, okay.
Yeah. That right there itself just proves it. If LeBron...
Spawn of a movement.
I think, I hate to bring up Chappelle because I love the guy, but he brought up if LeBron James goes to the NBA... the WNBA, he's fucking scoring
300 points.
300 points a night. You know what I mean?
But that's fucking
it's hilarious. Already hard for women. Uh-huh. Why are men making it even more hard for women? And it's like not even the men that are playing their own sport. It's like men that are turning into women. Like if Bruce Jenner went out there and fucking raced as Caitlyn Jenner with all these women, he'd probably smoke them, right? Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah. Well, even hunter-gatherer times show that. I mean, men evolved to fucking go out and hunt because the weak ones would die off, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. See, that's another thing that drives me crazy is the whole fact that like a lot of these, would you call them? Okay, are they? If you were to throw them, oh, Bulma, that's awesome. If you were to throw them in this category, would you call them all social justice warriors? What is that? What it is?
Look, man, I hate calling people anything because at one point, social justice warrior actually meant something good.
Yeah.
Right, you were down for change that was bad change. I mean, I'm sorry, you were down for changing things that were bad. Now it's a joke. Y'all cry about everything. Y'all basically become the PC babies.
Oh my god.
Cry about it. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but not everyone watches South Park.
Well, no. I'm saying PC babies are basically politically correct crybabies. You know, everything has to be this. Some asshole was telling me the other day. I was like, yeah, I like Mel Gibson movies. You know what I mean?
Love Mel Gibson.
Right?
I don't know.
This fucker's like, oh man, yeah, but none of his movies are politically correct. He made what was that movie? The Patriot. I love that movie. It was pretty good. Heath Ledger.
Wait, that movie wasn't politically correct?
Yeah, well, that's what they told me. So I liked it as a movie. I didn't even look for the
that's
PC-ness.
where you have, okay, for a situation like that, that's where you have to open up the conversation and question it. And it's all like, wait, is this your actual thought? Or is this a recycled thought that you read somewhere and now you need to give yourself some sort of obstacle to overcome, so you've assigned your idea of how you feel about this movie so you can argue it, but then when the actual conversation opens up, you freeze and you have no idea how to respond to that. You should try that.
But is it worth talking to somebody with a small mind?
Well,
that their mind is so down that, okay, they're going to start believing everything I say.
No.
And then if I say something wrong, they're going to follow that. You know what I mean? The thing is, everybody needs to think for themselves. People are so naive.
You doing that might open up and they might have, okay, either they're immature and they're not going to grow from it, which hopefully that's not the case, or they'll question like, okay, wait, where did I get this source? How do I prevent myself looking like an idiot like this? I guess it also deals with a setting. If it's like in a professional setting, they're probably going to reflect because they're like, oh shit, well, I'm working with all these other professional people. I don't want to look like an idiot. I don't want to look like the type of person that doesn't do research. Whereas if it's like, you know, like, I'm not a bar, but like, you know, a place full of immature people that don't have much value, then they're not going to care. They're like, oh, well, he's dumb. They're just going to write you off.
How many guys do you think are out there acting like they're down for the change and stuff, but they just want to get laid?
That might be a thing.
You know what I mean? Like, are they really arguing to fight with me about it, or are they arguing just so they sound good in front of their liberal girlfriend or their, you know, some
that
chick
might be it too. Like,
it?
yeah, us too. Speaking of more hypocrisy, when I was waiting for Starbucks for the drinks to get made, we're also in Austin, Texas, mind you, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe Austin, Texas?
Dude, it's not a bad town. Shitty drivers.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for a drink, and this has been going on, and I kind of want to start like a public shaming thing. People are just grabbing water, like water cups with straws and all this other crazy stuff. Or just bring a canteen, dude. If you don't want any.
Bro, this is the city of handouts.
Is it?
People want, dude. I was driving down, Ben White's, up here in Austin.
But it got heated for a bit, didn't it?
It did, but it's just stuff that we're, sometimes you got to just talk about it to let people know, like it's.
Oh, and I'm kind of excited for.
Look, I'm not, you know me. I'm not left or right. I'm right in the middle. I'm about common sense,
I just don't like hypocrisy.
I don't like hypocrisy either,
dude, at all. Does this guy work out at my gym? No, he doesn't. Never mind.
Oh, it's Mr. Clean.
Bum, 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 bum. Speaking of theme songs, we need to figure that out. Hey, what if we hummed something?
Nah, it's too much like, 2.5 Men like.
Na, 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 like that?
Nah.
Avengers theme?
Nah.
No? Okay. Oh, yeah, 2.5 Men did something like that. They're like,
I want the instrumental to Cult of Personality.
Oh, that's a classic, dude.
Great song.
Was that in San Andreas?
I don't know.
It was in one of the Grand Theft Autos.
Such a good song, though.
That and Africa by Toto.
Welcome to the Jungle, too. Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
They're in town for ACL.
What?
They're in town for ACL.
Yeah, we talked about that with old lady Axl Rose.
Oh, man. Dude, it's good stuff, man. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, what else? I made notes. Let's see what else we got.
You got anything planned for the weekend?
Nothing at all. I got a calc test, which I thought was going to be next Thursday, but it's actually this Tuesday, so I'm probably going to have to study for that. I kind of want to get that new Zelda game for Switch. but I know it's just going to be a distraction, so I'm holding it off. I really want to get that goose game. Have you heard about that one?
No.
She's basically a goose. The art is fun. It's like kind of cel-shaded, like cartoony. And you're just a goose that causes... Sorry, burp in here. That's hot. Sorry if it smells like pumpkin spice. But you're just a little goose that just like walks around and causes mayhem. Like you'll have like a list of objectives where you have to like take keys from like a lawn maintenance dude, or trick that said lawn maintenance dude into walking into like a garden and then turning on a sprinkler. So you have to do all these little fun things. And the art style is kind of fun. Remember that Machi Koro game for PlayStation 2? Yeah, little tiny like star person. You've got this like weird shaped head, almost like Stewie kind of, except more rectangular.
Oh.
And you have to like, you start off by grabbing this like one piece of junk, like this paper, and then you start rolling it, and then as you're rolling it, you start picking up all this other stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it's that kind of art style.
Wasn't
it's
the
really
whole
fun.
point of that game to end by saying rich people are different?
Yes. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, you're
That
right.
game sucked.
It was fun. And back then, I never smoked. By the way, Stan Lee, everyone, right over there walking.
Rest in peace, Stan
Rest in
Lee,
peace,
man.
Stan. Aw, poor guy. Little off topic. Did you hear about that fun little theory that could have been fun for the Avengers? So at the end, you've got Steve Rogers shown as an old person.
Yeah.
Right? What if it was Stan Lee? What if that was Stan Lee's cameo? So then, throughout all those Avengers movies, every Stan Lee cameo was actually just him checking up on his buddies. Mind blown? Maybe?
Mind blown?
No. But yeah, that Goose Game looks kind of cool. And then, let's see, what else?
You hear what happened with Nickelback? So that song Photograph, download, I think percentage went up like 500% or something like that.
Wait, why?
Because of Trump used it to like make fun of Biden, you know?
Nickelback?
Yeah, that Photograph song.
Let me double check. Hey, you think anything's going to come out of that Ukraine thing?
I think Biden's trying to hide some stuff.
Well, just his son went there for something, and he's just trying to do an investigation. I don't even... Dude, I'm to the point, I don't think I'm even going to do anything with politics anymore. I'm getting so tired of it. Because, like, it's so polarized. You can't be in the middle, because then people get pissed off at you. They're like, well, wait, so you don't want this person to win, right?
Yeah. Or they'll be like, wait, you have an opinion, but you didn't vote?
Wait, what? You didn't vote for Trump? You know what? That's one thing that Trump did. He ruined red hats.
What do you mean?
Ruined red hats.
They're the most highest selling things right now because they're...
Dude.
Kanye wears one, bro.
Because Kanye's crazy.
Kanye is an amazing artist. We have different opinions. I love Kanye.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to quit this. I don't think I could do podcasts with you now that you think this way.
I don't know, man.
See, doesn't that sound fucking ridiculous?
This may be ending this Rich and Don Ochoa.
Actually, either we're going to end because we have different ideology, or we're going to get canceled because not only... I mean, I guess I can say fag, right?
I guess.
Should I bleep it out?
No.
So that people think I say, like...
I don't think it's...
I don't know.
It's not what it used to be. It's not like, it's not... Dude, you know how many kids I hear saying the N-word or...
Wow.
You know how many... Dude, they're kids. They're
just you saying that puts that word in my head.
But they're hanging out and they're shaking their hands and they're doing little gang signs. And they're not even like black kids. They're Mexican kids, whatever. They're Americans. They're whatever. They're hanging out. I hear little white boys, little 8 Mile, style kids,
Oh, God. 8 Mile is such a great movie.
I'm just saying, it's like... People get so offended when it's on like national TV and like Randy Marsh says it during the South Park episode where he's trying to figure out, people who annoy you, right? But yeah, these kids are learning from a very young age. That's how they talk. Playing football, baseball, man, good job, bro, or good job, however they would say it. It's man, words are words,
But this is probably gonna be like a highlight of our podcast career. This episode.
We'll see.
So you're not gonna watch the Breaking Bad movie?
Not tonight. I'm gonna watch some NFL.
Some Thursday night football.
Some Thursday night football with some Giants and some Patriots.
Should we do our giveaway like end of October?
Once we hit those subscribers, if we hit 100 subscribers, we'll do the first giveaway, which will be...
You should do something sooner.
Huh?
We should do like 50 subscribers.
All right, 50 subscribers. We're gonna send you a Target or Amazon gift card.
We'll message you.
We'll message you and see what's better. It's not gonna, it'll be something cool.
You know, the kicker for you guys that are listening to this part is you have to make it through all of that hate and all that nasty social justice warrior talk just to get to this point to realize that we got a little contest.
Yes.
So joke's on you.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on y'all.
If you fast forwarded to this part, we love you and thank you for at least clicking to watch it.
Yeah, because we got what, 30 subscribers right now?
I don't even know.
Maybe 100, maybe 1,000.
Share, like, and subscribe if you're listening to this, and please tell your friends, family, whatever. We're here.
We're
no.
Oh my God, I didn't have much material for this one. I didn't joke around too much or anything like that, huh?
You're not a joker, man.
I try to be a joker.
You're you should be more like the Riddler. I can see you more as Edward Nigma.
Were you doing Batman references?
Yeah, I can see you more as Edward Nigma.
Why? Because I'm not about that.
And you got this little green question mark right there.
Oh yeah, this little Starbucks stopper, which I probably ruined some turtle's gonna choke on this poor thing.
Yeah.
But you think should we do like a Halloween episode too? Like we'll talk about favorite.
Does Halloween fall on a Thursday?
Does it?
Yes,
might.
it does.
It does. So, are you doing anything for Halloween?
I don't really celebrate Halloween, and it's not because of religion or anything. It's because it fucking rains every goddamn Halloween. But
you do that
we'll take my kid out.
Or whatever.
What the fuck? Do you celebrate goddamn fucking Happy Erickson Day and shit, you European?
No, dude. I don't know.
Celebrate.
I don't know if you do that. Did I say it right though?
Dia de los Muertos, dude. Just because my family happens to be Hispanic, no, I don't celebrate it. But yes, every day we show love to our people that have passed away.
That's kind of cool.
Did
you see that movie, that Pixar movie that came out?
Man, Coco.
Was it good?
Disney trying to say, hey, what if Mexicans had feelings? You know what I mean? God damn. What if Mexicans had feelings? What if toys had feelings? What if cars had feelings? Disney.
You're right. Is that what they do?
Yes.
Ah, those tricky little bastards.
God damn you, Disney. They're making another one. I think it's like, what if fairy tales had feelings? Like,
yeah, it's like, what if
Onward? I think that's what it's called.
With Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. I think that'll be fun. Speaking of, did we bring that up? Spider-Man being back in the MCU?
We'll talk about that next episode, but somebody sent me Tom Holland in drag.
Wait, when he did Rihanna?
Something like that.
Oh, that was for the lip sync thing.
Yeah. I was
dude,
like,
gay guys hate that show. Because, like, we made lip syncing popular with RuPaul's Drag Race. When it's all like, okay, but these are also the same people that don't want gender roles, or it's all like, oh, now you're dressing up as a woman to do this.
Oh, is it, I think people in general just find something to hate.
You know what? I think it's more like not having a purpose or not having a hobby. Because a lot of these, like, trust me, when it comes to, like, protesting, climate change, all that crazy stuff, I would fucking love to go. To be honest, I would love to go. I think it'd be a fun environment. But I gotta work. Man.
Yeah.
I don't know, where do people find time to complain and protest? That's what I want to know.
Like us.
On a podcast, y'all. All right, well, this is Rich signing out with my boy
Don Ochoa, man.
All right, deuces, y'all. Have a great weekend.